How you guys doing tonight? This is Xavier with the Thrive Business Institute and the legendary Leadership Academy. It is great to be with you guys tonight. Want to spend some time answering your business questions if you have them. For those that are not familiar, you guys know how this goes. It's business building. And so any questions that you have about your business, you simply put it in the chat. And we have talked about, in the past, we've talked about finances, we've talked about sales, marketing, advertising, starting businesses, closing businesses, selling businesses, hiring, firing, all of those great things. So everything business is what we're going to discuss. And so this is for you. This is not a broadcast to show you how smart I am. This is literally to assist you in growing your business. And so this is what I do for a living. Here at the Thrive Business Institute, we train entrepreneurs and we help you guys thrive in business, not just in marketing and advertising, but in every area that it takes to run a successful business. In addition to that, of course, I'm an entrepreneur myself and have several ventures that I run on a day-to-day basis. So excited to be with you guys, excited to talk to you. So of course, if you do have any questions, just put your questions right there in the chat and let's talk about your business. Let's talk about how we can help you do some great things in this new year with your business. So let's talk. Tell me what you guys have going on. It's great to be with you guys. It's an awesome Thursday. So just tell me how I can help. Tell me what I can do to help you guys kind of grow and thrive this evening. As you guys know that I don't spend a whole lot of time trying to teach you anything specific. I like to spend time answering your questions and talking about the things that matter to you and your business. As you guys know, just like individuals, every business is different. Some of the things that I do talk about when I do the coaching is that there are systems that have to go in place to ensure that businesses succeed. But all of the advice I give is really authentic to your business. It's really helping your business kind of do what it does in its own lane. Right? So any questions that you guys have, please put your questions right there in the chat, and I'm here for you. I want to help you. I want to help you grow your business tonight. So I'm here with you for a little while. I'll wait till a few questions come through. We've had some great turnouts from these type of sessions. I had one young lady, and I always tell her story just because it's so awesome. It's so dynamic. But she owns two performing arts centers. I think she's in Pennsylvania. And we did an episode just like this, and she was stuck. You guys can find that episode. You can go to my page at Ask Xavier J. Look at the last episode of the year around that, and we did a just like this, and she asked some questions. She needed a second location just open, wasn't making a whole lot of money. Gave her some advice, gave her some instruction, and she did it. She went and did the instruction. In 2 days, raised $10,000 for a business through her customer base, through customers that she already had. So guys, this is the kind of stuff that I want to help you with. So if you do have any issues, any areas that you're stuck in, guys, we're coming up March, right? Tomorrow is March 1. And to think about it, guys, we're coming up on the end of the first quarter of the year, right? So what's your business doing? Is your business ready? How is your business tracking for the year? And these are the projections that you guys, if you watch anything with the stock market or watch anything with business, you'll see that, companies come out with their quarterly earnings. Well, you're looking, like I said, we're coming up on the first quarter of the year. If you start what's called your fiscal year in January, you're coming up at the end of March, the end of your first fiscal quarter, right? Your first quarter. And this can help you kind of, differentiate what your business is going to do for the year. Right? And that's how your budgets and things like that are made. It's based on the amount of money that you're making. So if we're coming up on the end of the first quarter, where are you guys at? Where are you at with your marketing, your advertising? Are your sales up, down? Have you added a product, reduced a product? Like, what's going on with your business? Those are the things that we want to talk about. Those are the things that I want to help you get through tonight. So feel free to put your questions right there in the chat. Any question about your business, let's talk about it. A lot of the questions I get surround marketing. And so you guys know that if you've listened to any of my broadcasts, you know that I don't give, kind of the blanket advice for marketing. That when you ask a question, I go deep into your business and give you marketing and advertising advice that's relevant for your business, right? I give you real stuff, grassroots stuff, not a whole bunch of, fluff. I try to tell you exactly what you need to do to increase your customer flow and things like that. So, guys, put your questions right there in the chat. I'm here for you tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys spending a few moments with me on this Thursday evening. You guys are awesome. So let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you do some amazing things with your business tonight. So put your questions right there in the chat. Thank you guys, of course, as I said before, thank you for tuning in. I look forward to serving you guys. You guys know that this is kind of my life's work, and I enjoy working with other entrepreneurs and helping you guys miss some of the minefield traps, right? That every entrepreneur will face. So I want to help you guys get to success in your business faster, right? I'm not selling you anything. I'm literally here just giving you some time, right? Answering some questions. It's really free business coaching. This is the stuff that companies pay me decent money to do. So if you guys do have any questions tonight, please, right there in the chat box, go ahead and put your questions right there in the chat. Let me help you. Let me help you get to a better place with your business, right? Black business owners of Atlanta. I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight. So go ahead and put whatever questions you have right there in the chat. Tell me what you're struggling with. Tell me an area that you're stuck in. If you do need some assistance, I know that some people know it all, and or some don't. You just don't need any help. Your business is going great. You're making money. You have great profit margin. Your customers are staying. I mean, some people just don't need it, and I get it. But for those of you that are having some struggles with your business, go ahead and put it right there in the chat. You don't have to tell me what your business is. You can just tell me what industry you're in, right? If you want to generalize your question, that's fine. I can help you with that too, all right? So I will hang in here for a little while longer. There's no questions that's come through yet. As you guys know, I don't like to sit around and just teach stuff, right? I like to engage with you and give you what your business needs. So if you guys know me, if you've ever listened to any of my broadcasts, you know that this is not what I don't sit back and tell you what I think you need to know. I'm answering questions about where you are and where your struggle is, okay? Because I want you guys to thrive, okay? I want you to thrive. I want your business to thrive. That's the entire reason you went into business. Whether it was for income or whether it was to spend more time with your family or to get out of the rat race, of being an employee, but I'm here for you. So I want to help you. And if you need my help tonight, put your question right there in the chat. I am here for you, and I want to help you grow your business tonight. All right. So I'm here for a few more moments. Like I said, I don't beg you guys to ask your questions. I'm here for you, and I want to serve you. That's what I want to do. So if I can help you guys, I'll stay on for a few more minutes. Let me grab my other phone. So I'll stay on with you guys a few more minutes. If you do have any questions, go ahead and put it right there in the chat. Toshiba McCree, thank you so much. Let's see, you have two businesses. You're a comedian. At Mother Moses Show and A Bag of Fun. We do puppet shows for daycare centers and birthday parties. Also perform one-woman skits. I'm stuck on your marketing strategy. Well, congratulations. Congratulations, Toshiba. Let me ask you a few questions. One, are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube, and do you have a website? If you have a website, go ahead and put your website right there in the link or put it right there in the chat. I want to pull it up on the screen and talk through some things with you. Also, if you have a YouTube channel, put that in the chat. If you don't have one, just tell me you don't have one, and I'll be glad to talk to you. You're in entertainment, and so that is a great market, and I want to talk through some options, talk through some things that you may want may want to think about. I want to tell you congratulations, just congratulations on the business, right? Congratulations on really tackling your dream and doing what it is that you have a desire and have a passion for, right? I've always admired comedians and entertainers such as yourself because, and I'm doing all of this because there's a delay for when you type in the information. But what's interesting is because being a comedian is recession proof, right? Like you have a gift to bring joy and laughter to individuals, and it doesn't matter where we are as a country. It doesn't matter where we are in our economy. Comedy is something else. Comedy is something that brings people together of all races and creeds and things like that. So it's an honor. And thank you so much for the work that you do. So I'm waiting for you just to put your, and I guess I could find it if I just open up another screen, which I'll do. Let's see. There we go. Don't have a website, but spoke with a young lady about that today. Awesome. Let me see. I'm just throwing up a new tab really quick. So the website is what you'll need. It's definitely what you need. I'm looking at your page right now. Okay. And so, yeah, this is cool. All right. So let's talk through a few things. Get you packaged correctly, okay? So I see the actress, children entertainer, comedian, and speaker. It's awesome. And so you have a few different avenues. Now, the children entertainer and the comedian, I think, are great. I think you can do very well with packaging those together. The speaker, of course, is going to be a separate entity. It's going to be I would do an entirely separate website. In the beginning, you can do all of these websites, do one website and put stuff there. But people that are looking for speakers, that's what they look for, because speakers speak. So I'm going to give you a few bits of advice for each section, okay? So let's start with speaker first. You do have a YouTube. You don't use it. You're on Facebook at Mother Show. Okay. All right. So let me tell you a little about YouTube and why YouTube is going to be awesome for you. Mother Moses, is that you? Mother Moses Show? Yeah, I think that's you, Mother Moses. At Mother Moses Show. Let's see. Yeah. So, all right, here you go. So when you were talking about your speaker stuff, let's start there. Let's start with just doing the speaker stuff. When you are doing your speaker, you want to have, I want you to work on one speech. I want you to work on putting together a speech that is, that speaks to whatever it is you wanted to speak to, right? Now, this is the one speech that you're going to practice every single day. Break it up into parts and break it up into stories, right? And so never make a point without telling a story, and never tell a story without making a point. Now, that's speaking 101. And what I want you to do is to go ahead and get maybe a 30-minute, which is pretty easy, a 30-minute speech together. That's bang to bang, right? And so, and there's a difference between being able to speak and being a speaker. So I want you to put a speech together, and whatever this speech is about, it could be about, the tough times, the journey, whatever it is. Perfect that speech. Once you perfect that speech, you're going to slice components of that speech up, right? So you're going to record it, and then you're going to slice it up, and then you're going to create your marketing behind your speaking with that speech, right? So start off just talking about that one thing, whatever it is. So it could be whatever your area of expertise is, start there and perfect the speech. Once you perfect the speech, then it's going to be time to put together a speaker's card that's just going to give, your bio, some pictures, and topics that you can speak on, okay? The reason why I tell you to get one speech together, one perfect speech together, if you YouTube, and you've probably seen his stuff on Facebook also, Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas is a phenomenal speaker. He does a great job. But if you don't recognize the name, he was the guy who did a speech inside of a high school, and some of the kids were clowning him, or had some kind of something. They were saying something, and he kind of goes off on them. But he rolls it right into his speech. It's a powerful, powerful speech. You can Google Eric Thomas if you don't recognize the name. But he does a great job. Now, the way that he began, of course, is just that, right? He has one foundational speech that he can speak, and that's what people pay for, right? People pay to be motivated. They pay to be encouraged. And so once you master this one speech, break it up into parts, right? Break it up into stories. Write it just like you did in middle school. They taught you, how to write a paper, and they'll do do your outline. Break down your speech the exact same way, right? A powerful opening, a good body with 3 or 4 points in it, and then a powerful closing. And then you practice that speech. You practice on your phone. You practice to camera, and you say it to you, and you just keep saying it, right? And once you do that, as I said, once you finish it, once you perfect it, then you can slice it up and begin to develop marketing campaigns behind the speaking. To get your speaking out there, offer to speak anywhere you can speak for free. You're going to get out there at least for a year, and you're going to be speaking for free. So do that and put a lot of energy behind getting that out there. Anywhere somebody will allow. Oh, awesome! Yeah, anywhere that somebody will allow you to speak, speak. Just speak. Right? It doesn't matter where it is. Speak. That gets you good practice, and you never know who's going to be in the room. All right. So that is on that one. Next, I will jump into your comedy and children's entertainment. So it sounds like it's clean comedy is what it sounds like. But when you're doing entertainment, right? When you're doing entertainment, you unless you're going to do the work yourself, you almost need someone that's working for you. I won't say full time, but more than you can give to it. Because when you're talking about like just being a comedian, you have to put your work out there, right? Like you got to put the work out there, which goes back into your YouTube page, right? Now on YouTube, this is where you put all your stuff. And you got to keep it current. You can do a joke of the week, right? You can do a skit of the week. Not only on YouTube, I would also do Instagram, IGTV. IGTV, I would create a channel on there. And you can repurpose the same content. You can record one piece of content, load it to YouTube, and load the exact same content to Instagram. Because they have two different audiences, right? And so that's the same thing with your comedic work as well as your children's entertainment. Now, the children's entertainment, you have to be a little bit more intentional with that. I think that I think you can develop a very strong business with just your children's entertainment ability, right? So you can literally do a few skits to camera, talk to them, tell them how you're going to make their party amazing, magical. Maybe donate your services to 1 or 2 parties. Get someone to film and record from the time you get there to the time you leave. The kids' faces, right? Get the wonder and the joy, get them to record the show. All of these great things. Once you do all of that, then you'll create the marketing content out of those free, performances. You may already have some video, which is cool. If you do, you can repurpose that and have someone edit it and chop it up for you. But you want to create, so for the children's piece, parents will pay for that, right? Because there's not a whole lot for the kids. So, but you got to create the material, right? So do your show, donate your services. You can even, oh, awesome. Hey, what you can do is, if you really want to get your name out there fast, right? Like fast. What you can do is find an, I won't say an influencer, somebody that has a healthy following, which could literally be anyone in your community. But you want to do a fundraiser. That's what you do. All right, so you found a nonprofit that is actively doing the work that they say that they do as a nonprofit. Like whatever it is, you take your pick. And what you do is you want to do a fundraiser. You want to help them raise money for their whatever it is, right? And so you partner with them to do, you're going to do either an online show, and if you can do a live show to camera, that's even better, because it's easier to get an audience like this. I literally just went live, and here we go, right? Like you could literally be doing your show right here, right? But what you do is you want to help an organization raise money for whatever their cause is. Once you do that, that's free publicity. You get what I'm saying? That's free publicity. And you can give, a free party to, or you can raffle, right? So you can do it that way. So you could raffle off two free parties, right? Two free performances to individuals, but they have to give. They have to donate to this organization. And what that organization is going to do, that organization is going to blast you, right? People are going to come, people that would have never clicked on your page will give $5 to this donation or to this organization. As you guys do that, what will happen, especially if you have your own site, you can build this to run through your site, or they share the email list or the donor list with you, with the email addresses for people that have donated, and then you market your services to those individuals. In addition to that, what you also could do, you could, at some point you do need to do Facebook ads, and it's really simple. Once you begin to do your Facebook ads, you're literally running the ads and you're targeting people in your local community. That's it. You're targeting folks with kids at a certain income bracket in a certain area. And you run it. I would run probably $20 to $30 a week in Facebook ads. I would wait till I get the video of my show, and then chop that up, right, to let people know what it is that you do. But what you do is, it's very different. It's very, very different. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. Once you build your website, you will need a giveaway. Now, that giveaway would be, you could do a free PDF download of 5 to 10 things you choose that would make your child's party amazing, right? Or you could do 20 jokes to tell at a kid's birthday party. That kind of stuff. And what you do is you put that on your site and you hide it behind what's called a squeeze page or an opt-in page. Now, as individuals, as you're running your advertisements in the local community, this goes to these ads, push them to your website. They put in their name and their email address to get the free download. Once they get the free download, they're now a part of your email list, and you email them weekly, monthly, however often you want to do it, and to get them to book for parties, right? Here is another way to do it, and this may be the absolute fastest, and I promise I'll shut up after this. Here's the fastest way to get your name out there. What's the best age range for your child's show? What's the best age range? Yeah, tell me what the age range is. Because what happens, or what could happen for you is this, and I'll wait till you put that info in there. But this is what you could do. You could actually, this is what you do. I want you to spend 2 days, two full days of marketing to elementary schools. And I want you to go in and I want you to offer your service for free as a fundraiser for the school, right? So they can charge the kids $1 a show, like $1 to come to the show or something like that, $2, because schools are really tight on those type of funds. This is what you do. So you volunteer your service to do a performance at a school. You go in, you do your performance. You print off postcards with all of your party information on it, right? And on one side, it could have something awesome for the kids. Maybe 5 jokes to stump your parents, or 5 riddles, right? 5 riddles to do with your parents. And so they can go home and they, hey, mom, and they tell them the riddles, right? All this riddle stuff. And because kids love to trick their parents, right? So, or they love to show their parents, I know something that you don't know. That's on one side. What's on the other side? On the other side is all the information about your party, right? About your service in being able to come out to their birthday party, all of that stuff, right? That's on the other side of the card. One side is maybe 5 riddles to stump your parents, and then the other side is all of the information about your party. The amazing thing is the school brings you in, the kids pay the school to attend the event, right? You'll probably have, 100, 200 kids in there, easy. And the school makes the money, which they're great. They're grateful for you. And they just put your prime audience in the room. And they're going to give them the card to take home. And the reason why they're not going to just toss the card aside is because this card has valuable information for me as a kid to trick my parents, right? And so that puts you out there. Awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, so volunteer your service to, like I said, to a few schools and have them, and that's what they'll do. They'll come out and they'll help you with getting people into the room, and then you just have your postcard and you give out the postcard. That's it. Now, what's on the postcard? Your Facebook page, your YouTube page, your website, right? All of the hashtags, everything that they need to contact you. All that stuff is there. So I've given you a lot of information, and this, of course, is recorded. So you can always go back and look at this as many times as you want to. But that's the way that you start with that. Now, and I'm sure you're phenomenal singers. I look at some of the other stuff. One of the things that you can do also, if you... Now, can you sing or can you sang, right? Can you sing or can you sang? If you can sing, all right, not just sing, but if you can sing, like Ugly Face singing, this is what I would love to see a business do, or someone with a musical talent that can sing. I would love to see a person start a business being a wedding singer. And that's all you do. You learn some great love songs, right? And you become a wedding singer. And you go sing at weddings, and you sing at anniversaries, right? You sing at those special events. You sing that first dance. Can you imagine? And I would love to see the paycheck that Beyonce received just to go to the White House to sing one song for President Obama to dance with his wife, right? So, and you can charge, $150, $200 a song to go out to sing, right? And you can play with it however you want to play with it, but that is how, I can't really sing, whatever, but if I could sing, that's what I would be doing. I got you. Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, man, that's what I would do. If you want to utilize the singing, there's so many individuals with, like yourself, you have talent to sing, you have the talent to write, and we spend time trying to get people to like the stuff we write, right? Why not get people to like the stuff they already know? And what they already know is Luther Vandross and, old stuff, Mine just did a total blink. But the old love songs, you know what I'm saying? There's so many amazing songs that you can learn and let people pay you to come sing at their wedding. Sing someone down the aisle, right? How beautiful is that? So instead of having to hit play on a record, right, or play on a CD or whatever, I have a live singer that adds so much class and grace to a wedding or to a renewal of vows or to an anniversary. So that is one way that you can utilize that singing talent time after time. Miss McCree, I pray to God that you found some value in this stuff tonight. I want to congratulate you also, just being a phenomenal, a beautiful sister in business, out there doing your thing and really taking a chance on the talent and the gift that you were given. That's being a good steward. That's being a good steward, and it's necessary. It is absolutely necessary for us to be a good steward, right, of these talents. And we pray for more money, and we pray for all of these other things for God to give to us. And He says, "But you're not doing anything with what I gave you," right? And so we have to utilize these talents. So, and I want you to get it. At the end of the day, I don't preach. I don't tell anybody they're going to become a millionaire. I don't tell people you need to have, I don't do any of that. I just want you to go out and serve your purpose. And I believe when you're serving your purpose, it turns into some amazing blessings. I remember hearing Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, and he talked about when he started the company, and all he really wanted to do was sell a few books. That was it, man. He just wanted to share the knowledge of books with the world, right? Yeah, he wanted to do it for a profit, right? But that wasn't the deciding factor. That wasn't what drove him to doing it. And now you have a guy that's worth $100 billion. That's insane, right? So, but it all came from not worrying about the money. The money comes. And I'm not the guy to tell you to follow your passion either. So I'm not that guy either. So I am the guy to tell you what's the fastest path to cash, right? So if you have multiple businesses, what can you do to make money the fastest? And out of yours, if I had to rank what I believe would make money faster, from fast to least fast, is I would go children entertainer first. I would go singer second. I would go comedian third, speaker fourth, actress fifth, is what I would do. That's the fastest path to cash. And the reason why you need to focus on the fastest path to cash is because it's money that's going to allow you to sustain the mission. And the mission is whatever your calling is, whatever you feel that you need to, the mark you leave on the world at your funeral when they talk about you and say, she had a million different things going on, but this was her goal, was to leave this mark on the world. It's that, right? And so operating your business and being profitable is what you have to do in order to sustain the mission to accomplish what you're supposed to be doing, right? You have a show coming up, Mother's Day with Mother Moses dinner. Okay, dinner and show. Fifth year doing it, okay. So that's a great question. So when you're talking, so you're doubling the price. Price is never the issue. Price is never the issue. Value is the issue, right? Value is always the issue. People buy Bentleys and Maseratis. These are literally just cars, right? They may go a little bit faster, but you're in America, so we have traffic laws, right? The reason why people go and spend ridiculous amounts of money on these vehicles is because the perception of the value is amazing, right? You pull up in a Bentley and it is a status symbol. You pull up in a Maserati and it's a status symbol. So it's, and it's it may be made with a little bit better material, but the idea or the perception of value is so astronomically high when you're dealing with those type of items that people don't blink. I said all of that to say this about your show. Going from 25 to 50 is not the problem. What's the value? And if you can't spin the value of the show, then that's, people are not going to pay what you want them to pay, right? And I'll give you an example. Mother's Day with Mother Moses, dinner and a show, right? So a nice dinner, which is great because now you could serve, watch this, you could serve hamburger patties, cabbage, mashed potatoes, and a roll, right? But if you did all that on a paper plate, then $25 is what you're going to get. If you put that on some nice stuff, candles, everybody gets a rose when they come in, that type of stuff, then the value now goes from here to here. And so 50 people don't blink an eye at, right? Maybe you could, so I'll tell you one way that you could make the jump to 50 and be okay. Go out to a, what are some things that moms want, right? So let's think about a spa. Let's think about nails, right? What if you went out and you partnered with a spa and said, look, right? I want to send you guys, I want to give you some great marketing to this group of people that I'm marketing to. Now, are you willing to include a coupon, right? They're not having to do anything but other than offer the coupon. They wouldn't have these customers anyway. And that's the idea. they're not going to have these customers are not going to walk through their door. You're going to send them customers that they can possibly turn into sales, right? And so at $50, they not only get the dinner, right? That's an amazing place. You can go to the dollar store and get nice candles. You can get some very nice roses, very nice. They don't have to be roses. They can be carnations. They can be, just really nice flowers. You can go to any of the local flower shops. You can go to any of the Lowe's or anything. You can get another company to sponsor those, right? Can sponsor the flowers. So, or you get them at a really, really, affordable rate. And you find the spot to partner with and say, look, with this $50, they get dinner, they're going to get a flower, they're going to get, kind of wine and dine, and you're going to get a coupon for $20 off. I don't know, right? Like whatever. For this spa, right? Maybe you could talk the spa into doing a free, hand massage, foot massage, neck rub. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? But I would partner. And you don't have to necessarily pay them because you're sending them clients that they'd never have anyway, right? And so that's something to think about. Oh, I appreciate it. And I do what I do because I love you guys too. That's exactly why I do what I do. The Lord has blessed me, and I want to bless you guys. I want to give you the very best that I have, and I know that I only have what I have because God has been amazingly gracious to me over the years. So I hope that helped. Definitely, make contact with me. Just click my name, send a friend request, and you can also go to at Ask Xavier J, but you can just kind of click that name there too. Stay in contact with me there. I'm normally live every Tuesday night. I didn't go live this Tuesday. But I'm normally here every single week. And then, of course, that's my page. So you can always shoot me a message at any time that you guys may have questions. I'm also going to put a few other things in the link here or in the... So I have a few things that I'd love for you just to, to kind of think through it. It may help you, at some point. This first link is what I call the 7-day challenge. The 7-day challenge is for anyone that wants to start a business. I believe that I can take any skill that you have, and you can. Yes, I am. Yes, I do. I do mentoring, absolutely. But that free link there is to help folks, kind of get. If they have any business, all they got to do is join the challenge and kind of crank it up. And I'll walk you through 7 days. I actually start a small business during the challenge. I start one to show you that it works. The next link I'm going to give you here is a pricing. So this is a free training, and it is for pricing. And it's going to help you price your products and services. And it just gives you a formula and a system, a way to think about how you price what you price. But I think that you can get that $50 all day long. How you doing, EJ? I can absolutely give you some feedback on franchises. Miss McCree, Toshiba, thank you so very much. I enjoyed speaking with you. And of course, if I can help you in the future, let me know, okay? EJ, so when we talk about franchises, it all depends on the franchise that you are thinking about. So here's my thought, okay? So a franchise essentially is this. A franchise is a proven system of a business idea. So I'll give you an example of McDonald's. The McDonald's Corporation offers franchises And when you buy a franchise, what you're essentially telling, or what McDonald's is telling you, is that if you take this system, this proven system, and put it in this environment, you're going to make money. That's essentially all a franchise is. Now, if the franchise is not known in the area, okay? If the franchise is not known in the area, you have to weigh, is it really worth me creating the franchise? So in other words, if you're bringing, let's say you have a janitorial business. Let's say it's called Scrub Kings, right? I figure. And that's what you do. It's a janitorial business. It's a franchise. And they're big out on the West Coast, right? Scrub Kings, right? And they come out and they got all their stuff going on out there. Well, here is not, if they don't know anything about Scrub Kings here, then there's no need for you to start a franchise, because you're going to have to do the marketing anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to, if nobody knows who the franchise is, you're going to have to spend the exact same amount of time, energy, and money into building the business. And you don't have to. You just don't have to. So if the franchise is known, once you do your research, if they are known in the area, or if there's one in the state, I would reach out to the franchise owner. I'd reach out to someone else who already owns a franchise, because the company trying to sell you a franchise is going to talk their stuff all the way up. You need to reach out to someone else who's already bought a franchise and see how it's working out for them. So make sure that the franchise is well known. If it's not well known, you might as well start the business yourself. One of my businesses is a photo booth company. Now, I wasn't buying into a franchise, but I'll tell you just a quick story about it. So when I thought about the photo booth company, I'm always looking at what business can I start at the lowest startup cost that's going to make maximum profit. Thought about these photo booths, right? Went online, found a company that makes them, right? I mean, the thing looked like a huge iPhone, right? And they did all of this stuff to, and so anyway, it looked good. So I spoke with a sales rep. The thing was like $13,000, right? And I said, I don't want to spend $13,000 on this. That's crazy to me, because now I'm starting from the back. So when I start the business, I'm $13,000 in the hole already, right? In a new business. So I didn't want to do that. So I did my research, and I found, because I asked the lady, I said, well, what comes with, paying $12,000? What happens? She's like, well, you get this, you get the system. I said, well, what's in the system? She said, it's a Canon camera, it's a printer, and it's a monitor thing that's made into the, into the body. I said, okay, so got off the phone. Well, immediately I began to look up photo booth software. I said, this is stupid. I have a Canon camera. I don't need that. To make a long story longer, what I did is I found the software for $200. I bought a PC because I use a Mac, so this software uses it. You have to have a PC. I bought a PC off Craigslist for $100. So I'm now $300 in, and I already had the lights and stuff because I do these videos. And that was it. And I started the business without spending $13,000. So I hope that helps, EJ. Yeah. Then if it's relatively new and not well known, I would not invest in it, because all you're buying is their system. And if it's not well known, I don't know that the system works, if that makes sense, right? And and like I said, are they going to tell you that it's growing? Yes. Are they going to tell you that all of these, miraculous things with, their business? Of course they are. But you can do better. You can do better. If it's not well known, and if it's relatively new, then you would do much better, just starting your own, giving it your own business name, developing your own stuff, because you're going to have to do it anyway, if that makes sense. Yeah. You're going to have to do it anyway. So I wouldn't mess with it. I wouldn't mess with it if I were you. So save your money and start your own. Save your money and start your own. If you were going to tell me, it's Molly Maid, right? That's known from coast to coast, and you're in an area where Molly Maid is currently not, operating, then yes. So think about it, right? Think about it. Yeah, I would rather use, like I said, if you're going to start the business and go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have to, there's no need for me to give someone $5,000, $10,000 for an idea, because right now that's all you will be doing. The money that you give them, you're going to give them money for your brand, for their branding, and their business systems. That's it. And now, if you're telling me, it's going to give you access to something that you can't do on your own, then I say, okay. I say, all right, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not gonna, do you mind telling me what the industry of the franchise is? Is that a secret? Just let me know, can you share what the, I don't need to know the name of the franchise, just, what industry is it in? Just let me know what industry it's in. And you're absolutely right. The well-known franchises do cost a lot. They do. But they cost a lot for a reason, right? So if it's a $20,000 buy-in, let's say to Molly Maid. Well, Molly Maid is known coast to coast. If I told you that you can spend $20,000 and make $95,000, is that a good investment? Absolutely. Absolutely, right? But if you're telling me I'm going to spend $5,000 on an investment into a business, or $2,000 into an investment into an idea, and they're going to give you a system and a logo and a business name, I'll make up something. I'll make up something. Yeah. So yeah, juice bar, juices and smoothies. You can do this stuff on your own. You don't. Yeah. Yeah, if it's not well known, if it's not a Planet Smoothie, I wouldn't. Planet Smoothie, and I forget the other one. Smoothie King. Yeah, if it's not those, I wouldn't even mess around with it. I would just start from scratch. Do EJ's Smoothies, right? EJ's Juice Bar, right? That's, you get what I'm saying? Because all you need is what? You need a blender, and you need some recipes. That's it. That's all you have to do. And what I would do, I wouldn't mess with it. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. Nah, I think it's taking a chance, because you're 20 grand into the hole now. And you still got to pay rent and sort of these other things, when you can take that same 20 grand and build out your own. And what I would do is see if you can make it mobile. See if there's a mobile way that you can, let's say if you get a U-Haul trailer, some tables. Let's say you can set up somewhere where you got a either your own generator or a generator somewhere else, and you go out there and you just start making smoothies. Or you take orders, and or you do them at a little league game or something like that. I would test the concept first, right? So go to the same area that you want to go, but find a cheaper way to do it. Because like I said, if nobody in the town knows who they are, then what's the difference of you buying the franchise and then taking the same 20 grand? Because the 20 grand, you'll probably use 5 to 10 of it setting up your own. And the 10,000 is literally getting the space, getting the, all the crap you got to get with the local government to, let your space be safe to be open. But what I would do first, man, is I would find a way to test my product, right? Because you don't know that these people's stuff is going to take off. You don't know. Like I said, it'd be different if it was Smoothie King or Planet Smoothie, because Smoothie King and Planet Smoothie have literally spent millions of dollars into marketing their name, and so people know who that is. Yeah, but see, you're starting from scratch anyway. So even from the franchise, you're still starting from scratch because no one knows who it is. Like, they don't know. And in business, and don't allow them to sell you on the idea that if you build it, they will come. No, they won't. That's not how business works, right? You're going to get some. I'm not telling you that nobody's going to come and get a smoothie from you. What I'm telling you is, let's say the place is called, ABC Smoothie Bar, right? If ABC Smoothie Bar is opening up in your town, no one knows who the hell they are, just like no one would know who EJ's Juice and Smoothie Bar is. You get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter whether you spend the 20 grand and give it to them. If nobody knows who they are, it's the same as you opening up a smoothie bar in your own name, with your own business name. So I wouldn't just give away 20 grand just for someone else's stuff. They haven't done the work. They haven't proven the concept. Now, if you tell me that they have, they're in 3 or 4 states, and I just have to know more about the franchise, but if they're not in 3 or 4 states, if they're not bringing in, if individual franchise owners aren't bringing in, $250,000 a year or more, then that's nothing that you can, you can't do on your own. So I'd save my money and go with that. Yeah. No, you're not. EJ, this is what I do. I love it. Thank you so much for asking the questions. I love to answer you guys' questions. I love to serve you guys. And if I can help you not make a $20,000 mistake, my job is done. Like, every free episode that I've ever done of this is worth it if I just saved you 20 grand. If I just saved you from a bad investment, right? I have looked at franchises over the years. There are some franchises that would be amazing to have. And then there are some that are just, it's a waste of money. It's a waste, because, it may take me another 6 to 12 months to establish, some footing. But it's worth it if I don't owe them anything. And then you got to pay them that every year. Like I said, Smoothie King, people don't care to pay Smoothie Kings. They'll pay that because Smoothie King, people know who Smoothie King is. They know who Planet Smoothie is. They've spent the money to make the brand relevant. But if you're brand new in the industry, I'm not going to just give you money just for y'all to chill on. Yeah, so 5 locations is definitely not enough for, 5 locations is definitely not enough to be franchising. They first need to make sure they can open. And see, pending tells me nothing. That's like somebody telling you, I'm getting ready to buy me a car, but I haven't got approved for the loan yet. Yeah, if you want to, return to them later, I would give them another year and a half, maybe 2, and I would go back. You're not going to miss anything, I promise. Of those 5 locations, if they're not, you can see if they're franchise owned. Like, if you really are married to the idea, you can see if they're franchise owned, and I would go in and speak with the owners. if they are not franchise owned, if they're not making $250,000 a year or more, I wouldn't mess with it. Because you're going to have, and 250 is broke for a business that has a location and staff, unless you're trying to create a job for yourself and you go in and you work, all day making smoothies and juices. If you want to do that, that's fine. But yeah, I don't think that's. So with the photo booth business, once I found the software, I simply began to reach out to my individual network. I didn't even go to social media with it. I went to my personal network of people and said, hey guys, I have a photo booth business. If you guys need, a photo booth, I did one free event for a nonprofit, and that was it. It took off. I used those photos. I did a nice video that went along with it, and it was off to the races. So and then after that, it's just like any other business, right? You market, you prospect, you close the deal, you deliver exceptional service, and you do it all over again. It's that simple. And it works with any business. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm not saying that these people that made the photo booth, this whole, thing, I'm not saying that they were trying to rip me off. They weren't. That's how they make their money, right? But I didn't want to dig out of a $13,000 hole either to make a profit, right? So I went from having to dig out of a $13,000 hole to dig out of a $350 hole to make a profit, which was literally one event, right? So, and the money that I've made with the photo booth business off of the one free event that I did, that launched the business. It literally launched the business. So, like I said, I think that, I would do 250,000. You can do gross, net would be better, but you could do gross to, because I don't know all of the expenses that would go into having a juice bar. It's not a whole lot. You got some blenders, you got a sink, you got knives to cut up your vegetables or cut up, all the stuff you're going to put into the stuff. But other than that, you don't need a whole lot. Like it's not inventory or equipment intensive. And so $250,000 as a gross margin for business is fine. Now at 250, you're probably going to pay yourself the first year. I would probably say, let's see, 30% of that. So you're probably looking at about 65, 70,000 for you, and probably another, if you're running it with I would do 2 full-time employees and 1 part-time. You're probably looking at another 35 to 40,000 in addition to the 70, which is yours. So now you're at 110. So now the other 140 is literally equipment, utilities, paying the bills of the business, the taxes, all that great stuff. All of your marketing should be in there. I have a free resource. I'm going to put the link in here again. It's called pricing. It's a training I did on pricing. And if you're going to jump out on your own, I would definitely take a look at it. So, and if you do, if you mess around with a franchise, you take the $250,000 and you still owe them their franchise fee every year. And if they're not marketing, if they're not doing social media marketing, they can do some television marketing, doing some print advertising, things like that. Then you're gonna be pissed off anyway. Because what you don't want to do is, I don't want to buy a franchise. Like if you buy a McDonald's franchise, you don't have to worry about your marketing. You just don't. The golden arches go up and people walk into the door. Burger King. I tell you, one of the best franchises I would love to get my hands on is a Chick-fil-A. Oh God. And they have some very strict rules for their franchisees, right? So they have to actually work for Chick-fil-A for a period of time. And they don't call them franchisees. They call them, they are partners, right? They're partners. And it is, they have a beautiful model. What Chick-fil-A does is they hire when they bring these franchisees on, they make them work for the company to make sure that they match their integrity standard, right? Like they have to make sure that you're the right person to represent our brand first. And then, and you can put a Chick-fil-A up literally anywhere. They have phenomenal systems. Like you can see a Chick-fil-A in the hood. You can see a Chick-fil-A in Buckhead, Bankhead, in the country. You're going to get the same service. The food's going to taste the same. It's our pleasure. So they have a great system in place. And that is what you pay for when you're working with a franchise. You pay for systems. All right? EJ, I hope that helped. Did your photo booth look similar to the one? No, my photo booth looked nothing like what they had. It was horrible. All right, as far as design is concerned, I had a camera on a tripod, had a ring light, that was it, and then a black backdrop. It wasn't, and a big old computer screen sitting on a table that people could touch to see their photos, things like that. This is the thing, though, EJ. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. I had the props. I did the custom designing. Listen, people had a freaking blast. The things that we think people care about, they really don't. They really don't care about it. We care about those things. We care about trying to look good, right? We want to look like a success before we really are a success. That's the biggest issue that we deal with, especially in black business, in black entrepreneurship. We want to fake the funk. We want to go out and look like we're P. Diddy, or we want to look like, a stupid success. We want to look like money before we actually make the money because we think the customer cares. The customer doesn't care. They really don't. Watch this. They don't care. Well, see, that's the thing. This is the thing with Chick-fil-A. You're going to make your money. Why do I need to fully own it? It's their system, right? So not only do I not fully own it, I don't have to walk in there with 20 grand either, right? Like I walk in with a, $5 grand, 10 grand, right? And I'm still making ridiculous amounts of money with the brand, right? You've never heard of a Chick-fil-A shutting down. Never heard of that. So think through that. So I have a roadside assistance business, and we have contracts. So we go out and we service, cars and trucks and things like that. So we do roadside. I have a T-shirt site where we do T-shirts. Getting out of the customizing though. So getting out of the customizing, we're going to begin to do very specific designs, right? Just, cash me outside, type stuff. And then you pick the garment, you pick the saying, and then we heat press it and mail it out. Real simple. And then this business, which is the Thrive Business Institute, which is where I create courses and training for entrepreneurs just like you. And the Legendary Leadership Academy, that is the other one. So the Legendary Leadership Academy, that is where I train leaders. So I go into municipalities, I go into different businesses, and I teach leadership, customer service, all that great stuff. And I also own a pressure washing business. So the pressure washing business, I kept going. That's the business that I started. If you scroll back up in this, you'll see I have a free 7-day challenge teaching people how to start a business with a skill or talent that they already have. I started a pressure washing business during that challenge, and that turned into a really, really good business. Really good business. So I look at businesses with low learning curves. That's how I determine if we're going to start a business or not. A very low learning curve. That means I can hire somebody. I can spend a day with them doing basic training. I don't hire for skill anymore. I hire for character. I hire nice people. That's all I want to hire. I just want to hire nice people. Nice people, you can teach them to do anything. But and I didn't make that up. I got that from Herb Kelleher. He just passed last year, but he was one of the founders of Southwest Airlines. And if you guys have ever flown Southwest, It's an experience. Like, they have the best customer service in the airline industry. I mean, they are freaking amazing. They have fun on their flights. It's awesome. But Herb Kelleher talked about it years ago. It was one of the newspapers in New York was doing an interview with him, and they said, well, how do you teach your people to be so nice? And he says, I don't. He said, I don't teach people to be nice. I just hire nice people, and I teach them to do the job. So when you guys, as you guys, expand your businesses and your endeavors, and you look at hiring people, stop trying to hire people that can do everything. Hire nice people. If you hire nice people, you can teach a person to do anything. Hell, you learned, right? I learned how to do stuff. People can learn all day long. What people can't learn, and I've learned this unfortunately over the years, you can't teach people kindness. I can't teach you to be nice. I can teach you to, you see that when you walk into a restaurant today. They teach folks all day long to run a register. They just be some of the most hateful people on earth, right? So I hire now for character. And that doesn't mean that they don't have a criminal history. Like I've hired guys who are felons and been to prison and things like that. None of that stuff bothered me, right? Are you a nice person? Are you a nice person? If you committed a crime, 20 years ago, you learn from it. And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to hold that against you. But what I will hold against you is that if you're hateful. Yeah, if you're hateful, I'm done. I can't do anything with you because, that's it. You hire nice people, Nice people are great. I've been in restaurants where I've got the wrong order, but because the server was nice, I didn't care. It's like, whatever. They're freaking awesome. They're nice people, right? I always teach my kids that when we go into, the grocery store or in a restaurant or wherever, if we see someone with a name tag, we stop and we acknowledge them by their name. Because the sweetest sound to a person's ear is the sound of their own name. And so I want to raise kids that care enough, that are kind enough to love people. Even when I pastor, people would ask me, they say, Xavier, why don't your kids, none of your sons preach and your daughter doesn't sing in the choir? And I said, because I'm not building little robots, right? I'm not doing that. The one thing I want my kids to learn about being a Christian is to be kind. All the rest of the stuff will come with their life, right? But I want them to be kind. I want them to be nice to people. I want nice people around me, right? And so, in business, it carries. It carries, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I have nice people. I appreciate everyone checking in with me tonight, guys. You guys know who I am. If you don't, my name is Xavier. I'm with the Thrive Business Institute and the legendary Leadership Academy, and this is business building. I guess it's Thursday tonight. I normally do Tuesday, but I'm answering your business questions, guys. EJ's had some great questions, as well as what's her name? Toshiba McCree. She had some great questions earlier. So I absolutely love serving you guys. So if you do have any more questions for me, I would love to answer them. I'd love to help you guys kind of grow your business, build your business in any way that I can. I think that you guys are amazing. And I want you to know that. I want you to know that there is a power in you. My life verse, or one of them, is Deuteronomy 8:18. It is the Lord who gives us the power to obtain wealth. I want you to know that you have something in you, right? That you can monetize. You have a skill set that you can monetize, right? To help you fulfill the goal, the mission, to do whatever your life's calling is. And I'm not telling you this is the only business that you can do, but I always encourage people to look inside of yourself first. Look inside first. When you want to start a business, look inside first. I'll give you an example. If you know how to make cakes, your grandmother taught you a phenomenal recipe, and you make hella good cakes, right? And you want to start a business, but you're looking at some other venture, right? You're looking at something else. I don't know what you're looking at. You're looking at something else. It's going to be difficult for you to be successful at that other thing, and you haven't learned to monetize the skill set that you already have. Business is made up of systems. That's it. It's systems. And you can use the system in any business. It doesn't matter what the business is. I teach people to look inside first, because if I can teach you to make money with something that you're already an expert in. If you make great cakes, you're already an expert. I don't have to teach you how to make the cake. All I have to teach you is how to deliver your service, how to market the business, how to get a customer, how to create an exceptional experience. That's it. Now, once you begin to make money doing the cakes, if you want to stop doing the cakes and do something else, you now know the system to use to create wealth with anything else that you do. So when people come to me and they'll say, Xavier, what do you think about this network marketing program? Well, the network marketing program is not, it's not good or bad, right? What's your work ethic? Do you understand the basics of business? And that's what I want to help people develop. Look inside first. If you can paint, if you've ever painted one room in your house and you did a phenomenal job, then open up a business painting rooms in people's houses. If you bake cakes, then go bake cakes. If you make great food, then go sell plates. You don't have to open a restaurant. Go sell plates, right? Let people place an order. Go sell plates, right? Little things like that. Because if you can do that first, everything else falls in line later. So, guys, if you do need any help from me, let me know. If you have any other questions, let me know. I can ramble on all night, as you guys can tell. We're a little over an hour now. And because this was kind of impromptu. So I just wanted to serve you guys. I don't see any more questions coming through at the moment. And so I am going to get ready to, if no other questions come through, I will go ahead and jump off. Of course, if you guys are watching this video after after the broadcast has ended, you can still put your questions in the chat. I'll still answer your questions. Put your question in the chat and I'll come back and I will answer them at another time. So if there are no other questions for me, I'll do a countdown, guys. You can ask whatever questions you want. I'm here for you. Here to help you. Okay, I don't see anything. All right, one more time. Hold on. Okay. All right, guys. Well, it's been great talking to you guys. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Have a phenomenal weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.